Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So one of the best ways that you can help people is by just being a good listener. And if you want to help people, learn how to listen. Years ago, I had a retail clothing store. The store started off as an extension of my motorcycle shop, Sinister City Motorcycles, and we sold helmets and jackets and motorcycle parts and accessories and that kind of stuff. But as time went on, the store evolved into more of just a t-shirt shop. I had thousands and thousands of t-shirts, mostly licensed rock and roll merchandise from different bands, punk bands, rock bands, that kind of stuff. We also had posters, purses, jewelry, all kinds of consignment items from local people. And it kind of turned into a fun place for young people to come and hang out. I also had a lot of weirdos come in there. Maybe just because of the location of the store, but there was a lot of real weird people that came into that store. Some of them were the cute kind of weird, and some of them were the scary kind of weird, where they had deep-seated psychological issues, developmental disabilities. They maybe have been institutionalized. And some of them seemed like they shouldn't have been let out. Some of these customers were intimidating to other shoppers in the store. I've seen real scary people come into that store and watch people run out of there just because they were just tripped out on the person that just walked in. I realized that as I sat there behind the counter, behind the cash register, watching customers, that I would talk to anybody, especially when the store was slow, which was a lot of the time. I talk to anyone that comes in. Doesn't matter who it is. Cops come in there to shop. Old ladies, young people, doesn't matter who it is. I talk to anyone. Some of these weirdos that would come in, I noticed that they wouldn't really buy anything, that they would just sit and talk to me. Just sit and chat. And I realized after chatting with some of them as they would come back each week to chat with me that I was probably, other than their caretaker or their parents, a lot of people that have developmental disabilities still live with their parents or have somebody to take care of them, family members to take care of them. They can't work, they're on SSI, they're dysfunctional in a lot of ways. That I was probably the only person outside their caretaking circle that they really talked to at all during the week. And they looked forward to it. I could see as they walked up to the store with purpose and a smile on their face, ready to talk to me, and they would wait patiently as I would get done with customers and just be like, "Hi, how's it going?" They never really wanted to know much about me. Didn't matter who it was. I had about 10 of these different types of customers that were all what I call crazy. I don't mean that in a judgmental way. I know it sounds that way. But these people had real problems. They would mainly talk about themselves or topics that they were interested in. And one thing I realized is that everybody has something that they're good at. Every single person on earth has at least one topic that they know everything about, that they know all about. Everybody is an expert in something. The people that you would never guess, people that you might judge the hell out of. You look down on your high horse, standing on your pedestal, just judging the fuck out of somebody. That person that you think is a piece of shit, that person that you think is so stupid, they have something that they know about, and they know more than you about, that they're actually an expert in. Everybody is an expert in something, and I realized this just by being a good listener. And for one person, it may be they know everything about cartoons because they sit around watching a lot of cartoons. I mean, it's not a useful skill, but they know everything about cartoons. So another person may know everything about sports. But there's always that one topic. And I found that interesting. So when these people would come in, this is what we would talk about. Whatever they want to talk about, and it would usually be something that they know about. And I would sit for 10, 20, 30 minutes sometimes chatting with people, mainly just nodding and smiling and giving appropriate responses. And for me, it felt fairly superficial. But I was making friendships with these people. Like I said, I was probably some of these people's only friend. With some of them, I could really track their growth. Because over time of coming in to talk to me, they seem, and just simply having a friend and being able to, almost like a therapy session, to come in once a week and dump and just vent. And I wouldn't try to correct any behavior. I'm not there to teach them anything. I'm just am who I am. That it was really helping some of these people, that over time that they became more confident in who they were. Some of their social awkwardnesses was becoming less. They were getting more confidence to branch out and do other things. I helped one guy who was very disturbing to some of the other customers. When this guy would come into the store, this guy Alex, sometimes customers would leave. He was an intimidating looking guy, and he wasn't hiding his mental disabilities very well. Some people can hide it well, some people can't. And I was helping him with some of his art. He would make unique buttons, like pins, put on your jacket. And he wore a bunch of them on his jacket. He had a very awkward fashion sense. So I offered to sell these buttons, and lo and behold, they would sell. I didn't think they would sell. I'll put anything on consignment, I don't care. I didn't think they would sell, but they sold. And he would come by and I would give him a little handful of cash. Sometimes it would be $12, sometimes it would be $30. Just depend on how many buttons he sold. These things are being sold for cheap, $2 a button, whatever. And I'm splitting the cost with him, so I'm taking half of that. We're in business together. And he would be so joyful. With that experience alone of just, it was one thing for him to come in and talk to me, but for me to just give him a chance, all of a sudden he was self-employed. That was really powerful experience to him. And I was happy to be able to help him. And all it took was just to listen and to be receptive to this guy. Instead of judging him, instead of being mean to him, making mean comments, brushing him off, ignoring him. I could have done all those things. That's what everybody does. That's what people do to guys like that all day long. That's the type of interaction that they expect. They're used to. These types of people are living in the alleyways, living in the shadows, trying to stay out of your way because they're bullied. They feel bad about being out of control of their mind. They know they have problems. They know they scare people. They know they make people uncomfortable with their actions, their look, their behavior, the things they say. They're their own worst critics. You don't have to do it. And I realized I can help people. I've always been looking for ways to help people. I've spent so many years hurting people. I need to build up some good karma. So how can I help? I can help by listening. Anybody can do it. Next time you run across a homeless person and you can't escape, maybe you're at a bus stop, you're in line at the store, they're sitting out front of the grocery store. You could spend 2 seconds, a minute, 30 seconds, 15 seconds. Just spend a small amount of time just chatting. Just let them have an ear. You'd be surprised how much you can actually help people just by listening. Thanks for watching.